Okay, I want to read a few psukim, which I find fascinating. Again, just on a pshat level, I find this very fascinating, but I don't think we actually pay attention to this, right? How does Parshat Bamidbar end?
With the jobs of the Levian families?
Wrong. Almost. That's almost to the end. It was a good guess, because it's all of Shvi'i.
It goes back to counting.
What?
It goes back to counting.
No.
What was it?
So, this is exactly my point. So, the last four psukim are, Vaydaber Adonai Moshe ve'al Lemor. Al tachritu et shevet mishpechot ha'kehatim mitoch ha'leviim. Right? But he speaks to the Kohanim and says, make sure that the Kehatim don't die. V'zot asu lahem v'chayu v'lo yamutu b'gishtam el kodesh ha'kadashim Aron uvanav yavo v'samu otam ish al avodato v'el masa'o v'lo yavo lirot kivalad ha'kodesh v'meitu. Right? And this is what you should do, so they won't die when they come to the Kadashim. Aaron and his children should come and should put each person at his work, and they won't come to look when the Kivala et HaKodesh, right, which is not exactly clear what those words mean, and die. Right? What does that mean? Okay, good. Right. It's actually a very strange set of psukim. Now, so first level at pshat, it means, and this is what you should notice if you read the last sort of half of the parsha, is that what does the name Siegel mean? Skan Lagonim. Why?
The assistant to Kohanim.
Right, because the Leviim are defined as the assistants to Kohanim. Now, one manifestation of that in this parsha is that it's not just that the Kohanim do work and the Leviim do work. It's that the Kohanim are in charge.
Yeah.
Right? The Leviim are their aides. Right? That's very clear. The person in charge is Elazar.
Right.
Right? Okay. And therefore, at the end of the pasuk, you get a different manifestation of that, which is that the Kohanim are tasked with ensuring that the Leviim remain Leviim and don't try to be Kohanim, right? Essentially, right? Don't try to, right? Now, this is sort of now that I think about it, it's sort of a foreshadowing for what? For Korach, Rav Lachem b'nei Levi, right? Right. That's essentially what Moshe says. Is why do you want, right? Vikashtem gam kihuna, right? Right. You have a lot, Leviim, but don't mess with the order of things, because if you do, kivalad hakodesh v'meitu, right? Kivalad hakodesh, you will be killed, right? If you overstep your bounds, which is indeed what happens, right? That's indeed what happens. So, right, that's sort of the simplest. Right? I mean, now if you look at some of the Farshim, how exactly does this play out? So Rashi just says, what?
Translation.
Of which word?
The
Kivala?
Yeah.
So that's the one that's a bit tricky, right? Everything else is pretty straightforward. But let's go through the Mefarshim a little bit. I've only done a little bit of this, but right? So Rashi says, Al tachritu, Al tigru mulahem shamutu, right? So that's what I'm saying, right? The simple pshat is, right, you are in charge of making sure that they don't die. Right, don't cause them to die. Maybe slightly different. Then V'le'avo wrote it Kivalad HaKodesh. So Rashi reads it as the Kodesh is being swallowed. What does that mean?
The Leviim are swallowing everything.
No, the Aron is being put away. Right? I think that's how he reads it. Right? This is based on the Gemara. Right? L'toch nartek shelo. K'moshe Rashi Malav Parsha Zo, right? Right? It means when it is being put back, right? When you're putting the right when you're traveling, right, and you're putting the Aron into its right, or the Caleb into their right protective coverings, right? Kivala, right? When they are being swallowed, I guess, right? So then, uper sholav beged ploni v'chisiyot b'mefsek ploni uvalua shelo ukisuya. Right, that which all is cover. Right, so meaning make sure that they cover things, but they don't try to look. Right, meaning they are not allowed to enter. Right, lefnai v'lefnim. Right, they're in charge, they're tasked with carrying the kalim, but they can't get too close. Now this should, as many times in the Mikdash, remind you of Sinai moments, right? Don't look too much, right? They looked, and therefore they died, right? If you go too high, right? I mean, that notion that, right, going too far with those things which are holy in the Mishkan is potential death, right? And obviously the story in Tanakh which substantiates that is, thank you, right?
Nice. Oh, touchdown.
Right, exactly.
Right,
the Rasag says this as well, right? Be'eit kisui hakodesh, right? Now he says, right, again, sheyichyu ba v'lo yitchayvu mitam yigu b'kodesh hakodeshim. The Rashbam says that it's not the Kalim, it is the Heichal, right? Which really draws the emphasis, the parallel to Sinai. Right? It's not just things in the Mishkan, it's the Mishkan, which is Sinai, right? He writes, Kishisotrin et ha'Heichal nigleh. Right? When you cover the Heichal, im yiru yamutu. Right? That parallel to Sinai should jump at you. Kimosha matzinu be'antre bet shemesh kirau baron Hashem. Right? There you go. Kivala kimo bala Hashem. V'derech archotcha bal'u bala kol armanoteha. Moshav mevula'im. V'chein katuv lamala shmisha shemetchin lefareg mishkan hu mar mitrachakim b'nei kehat k'dichsiv v'aron uvanav ben tzomach hanever read baruch al-masach v'kol aparsha ad v'kalei aron l'chasod acharei ken yavo b'nei kehat. Right? If you look at the Ibn Ezra, the Ibn Ezra takes it slightly. Right? He says v'chayu means yosifu chayim, v'lo yamutu is bikaret, v'atam kiim yishmeru yikablu schar v'imlo yanshu. Right? He puts a positive spin. Right? He's saying it's not all negative. Right? Don't forget, if they manage to work in the Beit HaMikdash without crossing any boundaries, it's not v'chayu as the negation of v'lo yamutu. It's right. If you violate, you will die. And if you don't, it's not survive. Right? I mean, you could read it as die or survive versus die or flourish. Meaning it's right, which is I think it's an important level here. Right? It's not that the mikdash is only dangerous and not an opportunity. It's just that you're on the edge. It can either be a bracha or it can be an unmitigated disaster. Right? There's nothing in between. That's Ibn Ezra writes it. Theoretically, one could conceive of a possibility where it would mean to survive, right? Not die and not flourish, but that's not what it means, right? Right? So the reason is because when you're dismantling the Mishkan, Again, it's about the Aron, right? You will, right? You're going to take down the curtains, right? And some say it means to cover. He said that might be right. Hakodesh. Can you give me an English obnoxious for a second? Right now this is the GPS. This is the one with only English. I didn't need the one with only English.
I like the GPS more. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is the one that has no Hebrew. I mean, I don't care because I can figure out the Hebrew. But look, it is a bit of a weird thing. This exists. I'm just saying. Without the Hebrew, just like not that it exists, but that we have it. Okay, more. So in
I'm in the hotel room. Everyone knows we go to hotels.
Right, so it also means...
No, the book...
So the way the Rashbam is understanding it is... So Bala in this context means... In Eicha means more like laid waste. The way the Rashbam presumably is understanding is like soter, right? When you take apart the Mishkan. Right, that's when it's the most dangerous. And that's how the Chizkuni takes it as well, right? When you take apart the Mishkan and the Aron Hasin, etc., etc., etc. Right now, these Sforno right, just adds that the issue is lo yunahagu kalut rosh ba'ofen sheitchayvu mita. Right, doesn't know if it's not clear it's automatic like you look. It might be that if you look in a particular type of a way, then you'll be chayav mita. Just look at one more. The Ramban. Right, he said part of this warning is not just the not looking, it's to make sure that they carry the aron on the poles and not by hand. Right, this is two things. It's make sure they do their job right and don't look in. Right? And he says why. Good, and now we'll wrap it all up. Right, he says why. And the reason is because God is there, whatever that means. He says because then they will see the glory of God returned to its place, and then he says v'yekiv alad hakodesh kipshuto v'maskil yavin. What? Yeah, I have no idea what that means. V'maskil yavin. It's v'yekiv alad hakodesh kipshuto v'maskil yavin. Right? The footnote says she hakodesh mitbaleya limkomo harishon. Right? Something like, I'm not really sure what this means, but I'm going to guess that what he means, though I'm not privy to the Kabbalistic secrets here, is that while the Aron is not like... I think what he's trying to say, maybe I'm wrong, is that when the Mishkan is taken apart, God's Spirit, right, intense presence is sort of overflowing because there's no place to concentrate it. Right? And once you put the Mishkan back, right, you've put the genie back in the bottle, right, and now the power is concentrated. I don't really know. Anyways, but I think that the Pesach are more interesting because we don't really think about them, right? All of the Mepharshim really sort of get towards the same idea, which is that the issue at hand is that, so point one is that the Kohanim are in charge of ensuring the Leviim do their job right. Two is that, like Har Sinai, right, God's presence here is dangerous. That refers either to the mistreatment of the Kalim / looking or acting levitously or whatever, frivolously in the context of the Mishkan. And right, all of this, right, what you see here is the Kohanim sort of taking the Moshe role, right, from Har Sinai. Right, is that Moshe at Har Sinai was in charge, and now it's given over to the Kohanim because they are the guards for the new Har Sinai, as it were, and therefore their job is to make sure that in all its manifestations, right, the Leviim do their job properly. And as the Ibn Ezra said, it's not just negative to neutral, right? If you treat the Kodesh with respect, that's flourishing. If you treat it negatively, it's very dangerous, right? That's sort of the reality of the Mishkan. But that's the end, right? That's what we forget, right? The second half of Bamidbar is what do the Leviim do? But the very end of Parshat Bamidbar is, and make sure they do the job in the right way, because that's the nature of Kodesh. Right? Is that once I've tasked you with responsibilities, if you diverge, Yamin Usmol, yeah, I would say that's an exaggeration, but it's really, really not, right? Vametu is, yeah, that's exactly it. Okay.